So the question is, the appointment schedule is still good. Let me post that really quickly so that you guys can see it. I just blocked out now, but just put your name in the chat line since we're already on it. But this keeps people from my other classes popping in. I always, if I don't see somebody from other classes an hour before, so like at 11 o'clock, if I don't see somebody in my 12 o'clock hour, I'm going to pop in my not available. And that allows me to prep and work on other things. So this is fine. You can pop in any of these open areas here and put your name in those. But for right now, we're still, let me get that back, make that one small. I'm still working away off of the chat line from the lab class. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to put this in. Okay, that's something that's commonly done, right? That you want to get this set of calculations in from an Excel. All right, so let's see how to do that. So what you do is you make a new view, and it's called a drafting view. So here are my drafting views, and I'll call it Utility Calc. And of course, my scale is going to be custom 1:1. And so here we go. And the easiest way to do it is to copy. Sorry, I think I can copy paste. Let's see. Nope, it wants a snip. In which case, I'm going to get rid of that. And you can do whatever formatting you want here. Right, to make it look cool and all that other kind of stuff. But and you can view. See how now it's really clean looking? I turned off the grid lines. So there we go. And then I go back to my Revit, Control V. I thought I could do that. So it looks like I have to save this as an image and insert my image. There it is. And it shows you what the width is. It's 12 inches. So if I want to make it smaller, I would do that or type in what size I want it to be on my piece of paper. That now is ready to go on. And that's one of the most common ways of doing that. Okay? And you can do it as a PDF. You can insert a PDF. You can insert it as an image. You can insert view 2D's elements. I'm not sure what kind of files it'll let you put in there for that. But that makes a really nice view, and it gets a title, which is really nice. Now, if I want to make it from schedules, I can make a new schedule, but each one of these will be its own schedule. And those are a little bit harder to do because I have to figure out what kind of schedule it is. And mostly they're going to be what's called a space schedule or a room, but I think probably spaces, areas. If I do that, assembly, it gets harder because I have to have things in here. So I have to have something that I can work with. So you'll either need spaces identified or things like that. And so you would have to have each one of your greenhouses identified as a space. So let me show you how to do that. So now I'm going to put a model line in here. Okay, let's say that's a greenhouse. Then when I go to analyze, I can make that a space. That's interesting. There we go. That made it a space. Now I could make a space plan in my schedules. Spaces. So this is a harder way to go about it, but you do it. And so then you would put the space name in. So there's the area and the name and maybe the number. And then I'd have to put in a calculation. And I'd have to type in my formula. And so you'd have to build all that up in here. It's much, much, much easier to do from Excel and put it in. Okay. Question? Yep. Yes. Yep. And so then you'll do the type of schedule you'll do is a space schedule. Once everything is created as a space, and you can do also, the area and the name, comments, name. Might even be able to do a volume, and then you can calculate. Formula would be area times 24 divided by 1,000, right? Or something like that. And that might be the lighting KW. And that's got to be called an area then. And then it says it's square feet, but then you have to change that because it's not really square feet, right? So it gets kind of like complicated, but it's not once you sort of got it figured out. So this lighting KW, the format, There's none. And there you go. So it's a little bit complex, but it is kind of nice because then every time you add one in, you can get your calculations. But that's if all your calculations are the same, right? So that's why I like the Excel personally. Cool. Any other good questions? That was really cool. Yeah, well, I showed you both of these ways when we did the project. I think most people used the Excel spreadsheet and put it in as a drafting view. You just have to remember then to go and change your drafting view if you ever change the values in your, like, oh, I've got 6 now, right? Well, now you have to go cut and paste this and put it into that drafting view, right? And there is a way to link it through AutoCAD, but that's more than I think anybody needs to know at this point. Cool. That that's right. Yeah, and that was a good point. So thank you for reminding me of that. So I know that many of you, you okay, I got to be able to work in the working world and da 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 da. You need to remember that this class is the equivalent of a sophomore in college. And if any of you already have a 4 year degree or know someone with a 4 year degree, you should ask them, what did you learn in your second year of college? And you compare that to what we've already done in this class, and you go, oh my gosh, I am so far ahead of that. And so you don't need to come out of this class with 20 years of industrial experience. You have to come out of this class with some technical competence that shows that you can learn from somebody with 20 years of technical industry experience. So that was a good point. Cool. Any other good questions? Those are great questions. Yep. Yep. I'll post it in just a little while.